Hey again, guys. Man, I have something special to show. But first, I got to show you my new shirt. It's nunchucks. I'm a little crooked there. I'm crooked there. All right, we're straight. Okay, so when I was growing up, my favorite football player was Lynn Swann. Man, there's no greater wide receiver that ever played once they left their feet. This guy was an acrobat in the air. And I watched him make so many fantastic catches. And, I'm talking, before the Mel Blount rule, right? When they used to beat the heck out of him up and down the field. And, man, Jack Tatum and George Atkinson for the Raiders, they tried to decapitate this poor guy. They put a beating on him. And, even though he was a finesse wide receiver, he took that beating and he kept coming. And he was just a great receiver. Now, he's not going to have the stats these modern day players have. None of those old receivers will. And he didn't have that long of a career. Of course, he studied ballet growing up, and that really helped him with his receiving. But, he was a fantastic receiver, and it's a shame that so much emphasis is put onto total stats, and so he may never have the true notoriety, and it took him a while to get into the Hall of Fame with a shorter career and not those great stats, but he did get in, and man, did he shine in the big games. And one I in particular was the Super Bowl 10. And there are two catches there that are brilliant. And I'm going to show them to you now. Probably up until David Tyree cut that ball on his head. I mean, that was probably hands down, the best catch in Super Bowl history, the one where he was falling. But if you talk to anybody that knows football, that other catch on the sideline was probably more difficult. He seemed to defy gravity. I mean, his body is going out of bounds, and somehow his feet landed in bounds. Just an incredible catch. So anyway, he was my idol growing up. And when I was a little kid, I got to go see him at my local mall. And I got his signature on the back of I have it covered up here, but it's a photograph of the team. And he's a tough signature because he believes that people are going to sell his signature, so he doesn't sign much. He's one of the toughest NFL signatures to get of any living player. And so I got to meet him, and I couldn't believe when I saw him in person. I remember being really struck by how muscular he was, and he looked bigger in person than on TV. But I didn't have anything for him to sign. So they had these pictures. I'm stupid. I'm a little kid. I don't know any better. My mom took me to the mall. She heard Lynn Swann was there. I didn't have anything to sign. So I was wearing my Little League baseball cap, and I had this. And I had him sign my Little League baseball cap. And I don't know. I don't know if I played games in that thing or not, because I don't know, maybe I had to. But I still have that hat. But it's not really too collectible for somebody other than me, because that's my Little League hat, right? But anyway, I've always been enamored with his rookie card, and I have all his cards, and I have the 77 Topps Mexican, and he only had a few cards, even though he played longer than the cards that he has. So he has this rookie card in 75, and by the way, he also had broken a punt return record his rookie season. But I think he broke a record. So you had the 75s, 1976, and 1977, and that's it. So he's in the 77, the 77 Topps Mexican, and then he has like some police issues. And that's it for Lynn Swann cards until modern day, when they started making these cards with patches and signatures and so forth. And so it's kind of wasn't that much fun for me to collect. I don't have that much stuff to get of him. And so this is just exceptional, because that Super Bowl 10, where he made those 2 brilliant catches, he won the MVP. And what I have now is I have a Super Bowl proof ticket for that Super Bowl. And of course, I have, some of you will remember, McDonald's used to make the Super Bowl, these little Super Bowl books. And there were 3 of them. I have all 3 in storage. And I used to look through those because, you know, they were made at the time the Steelers were winning all the Super Bowls. And of course, they highlight Lynn Swann's 2 catches there. In fact, if you go onto YouTube or you go anywhere and you bring up this Super Bowl or you type in Lynn Swann highlights, that's all they show you are those 2 catches. But I am really excited to get this baby. I don't know, I have no idea how many of these they may make, if this is a one of a kind. I don't know. I'm not really a ticket guy. If anybody knows, please leave me a message. So that's what I have for you now. As always, thanks for watching. I'm going to go do some nunchucking.
The number 5 greatest catch of all time, Lynn Swann in Super Bowl 10.
I modeled my football career after when I was playing had to be as Lynn Swann, because he was just so graceful in the air.
Your football career started when you were 7. It ended at 8.
Football is poetry. It's graceful. And when I see that catch, I think of art.
That's the iconic catch of Lynn Swann's career, and maybe the most famous single reception in NFL history.
Actually, Super Bowl 10 MVP Lynn Swann had 2 memorable grabs in that game.
The greater catch is in the first half up the right sideline.
Those are magnificent plays.
Those catches stand the test of time. Both catches have nicknames. The levitating leap.
Lynn Swann's levitating leap was one of the great catches in football history.
And the kangaroo catch.
Lynn Swann's kangaroo catch put Pittsburgh in close.
If you have nicknames for 2 catches, both in the same game, and you're the Super Bowl MVP, yeah, you belong in the top 5. They're both such different catches. One's concentration.
Lynn Swann, a catch on the other side.
And one's body control.
There's a jump. Oh, he gets them both down. Beautiful reception.
I think if you were to, bronze what a catch would look like, that would be a Lynn Swann catch.
Swann had a reputation for on-field finesse, with skills he learned in his youth.
People know he took ballet when he was in high school. His mom made him do that, and it paid off for him.
You slow it down and you look at the grace and the concentration. If you play some nice little music, it's like art.
It doesn't feel as great as it does on NFL films with the music playing. So you're saying this is an inside job because NFL Films has the footage and gets a higher ranking?
Now we've fallen prey to the pretty girl at the bar, Lynn Swann's catch. I get it, but can anybody tell me the score at the time? Did it lead directly to a Super Bowl championship? I think not.
Swann's 2 legendary receptions only led to 7 points. But his 3rd best play of the day sealed the Steelers' 2nd Super Bowl win.
I caught 3 or 4 catches and, hey, I just loved it. Had a great time.
You know what's so funny? A lot of times these athletes that are so good, they're also like so dingy. He's like, I don't know, it's the game ball.
All right, what is that you're holding right there? This is the game ball for the Super Bowl. It's all mine.
I just caught 3 or 4 passes. It's like, dude, you just dominated the Super Bowl.